Nintendo's July Switch game actually looks really sweet. We got surprise drops, more Sonic, and a lot to discuss today. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. I feel really good about Nintendo's new drop. They fill in the calendar a little bit more. We know they've got huge stuff on the horizon with the June Direct, and I think this year is actually maybe going to shape up A-okay. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Pretty pumped to have a video that can focus all on Switch 1. We don't even have to mention Switch 2 here, okay? Because we've got new games for Switch, which is really nifty. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan to pick these up, because I think they are very fun. We're going to kick it off with the big one. Nintendo revealed Nintendo World Championships NES Edition dropping July 18th. It fills in the calendar for a few more weeks. Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion 2, Nintendo World Championships. Now, some people may scoff at this and say, I don't want to have to pay for NES games, but dude, I think they've done this one up real nice. I think even the sound effects they have on finishing your small tasks in these different games across 13 titles is pretty sweet. And being able to play local multiplayer up to 8 players seems almost like a Mario Party-esque WarioWare race through NES games to get a high score. And I'm all about that competition. I do wish it was online, but for 30 bucks, can we really complain? Also, this is probably Nintendo's best cheap release, right? Like, okay, they had Horse Game, Everybody's 1-2 Switch. That looked diabolically bad. NES Edition comes in at 30 bucks, and it looks pretty darn fun. It's not NES Remix, but it is building upon this legacy of Nintendo World Championships. Their trailer is very nostalgic and evocative, and I think it does a fun job of conveying how this is basically like a minigame collection to see who can be the best speedrunner in your group. I don't know, that sounds really good to me, and while it might have very little single-player value, you still can compete against online leaderboards to make the best time. And I love that some of the challenges are super simple. They all have different difficulty ratings. You can just like see who can get the mushroom the fastest on World 1-1 in Mario Bros. Or you can do some more complex challenges. I think this game actually looks way better than I was expecting. Very nifty, very fun, and it's got Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, The Lost Levels, Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link, Donkey Kong, Metroid, Balloon Fight, Kid Icarus, and Kirby's Adventure. Over 150 different challenges, and it seems to be just like a fun mid-year romp. I think this is a great summer game, brings great multiplayer value for you and your friends locally. I do wish it had online, but it's 30 bucks. Oh, there's also a $60 edition if you want to get this physically. And I think that's a pretty hefty price to pay to get a cartridge. I will be buying this digitally on the eShop. I'll take the 50% slash to not have the physical Switch cartridge, the replica NES cartridge, the pins, and the art cards. I do think it's a nice box. Nintendo rarely does collector's editions, so I think this is fun. But I'm paying 30 bucks. I'm not paying 60 for this. It's 60 even with the extras. I don't know. Like, yes, physical games are nice to have. A collection is really beautiful, but I'll save the money and use it on some groceries. I do think this one is going to be fun. It's not going to sell like hotcakes, but July 18th, I mean, we're getting Nintendo World Championships. That gives us Paper Mario in 2 freaking weeks, Luigi's Mansion in about 7, and then we've got Nintendo World Championships in 9 with a direct smashed in between. Boom, baby. All of a sudden, we're eating good, even if we don't care about Nintendo Switch 2. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan to pick up Nintendo World Championships. Do you think this looks like a fun way for you to spend a few summer weekends? Because, hey, if you and 2 friends each pay 10 bucks, you got this, and that's cheaper than going to a weekend movie. I have to tell you about this one because it is remarkable, and it shows how cool of an era we are in as Nintendo fans. Pierre485 compiled Nintendo's profits and showed that the Switch era profits surpassed the combined profits for Nintendo from 81 to 2016. 35 years worth of profit do not add up to the Switch era profits. And before you say, well, duh, Zach, inflation means things cost way more now, they went back and they calculated this for inflation as well, and still, Nintendo Switch era profits exceeded the 35 years of profits before Nintendo Switch, and we're lucky. Like, we're lucky we get to be a part of this. We're lucky we get to be big gamers during this era because Nintendo has been thrashing the competition. They've been killing it, and they've been able to debut more awesome Nintendo games than ever before. This is the golden era of Nintendo, and I think when all is said and done, we can pretty safely assert that the Switch is the king of Nintendo's console library. That is remarkable given the history that they have. That is remarkable given the evolutions, the introductions, the game mechanic masterpieces Nintendo has made. Yet somehow the Switch rises above. They had extreme success with the NES, with the DS, with the Wii, the 3DS, the Game Boy. The Switch, though, is king. And I think it's so cool that out of the shadows of the Wii U rose something that was mysterious, kind of quirky, weird, but it worked so well. And now we're ready for the next thing. And the next thing builds on this thing that just exceeded profits from 35. Like, we are in the glory days of Nintendo. I think it's really cool to be grateful to be a part of this. And I'm so glad and lucky that I made a Nintendo channel for this era. Like, I could have made a Nintendo channel for the Wii, and that would have been fun for a bit. But then we would have been stuck, playing Wii Sports and, I don't know, getting bored. Could have made it during the Wii U era. But luckily, time aligned, the multiverses just converged, and the Switch is Nintendo's golden goose. Man, it has been a fun ride. Now, maybe you don't want to wait, and thankfully, Daedalic Entertainment did a stealth drop today of The Night of the Rabbit. Never heard of this game, didn't know it existed, but it looks pretty darn sweet. This game came out back in 2013, so it is an older title, but it did get very positive reviews on Steam. It's a point-and-click adventure. It's supposed to be, built on the foundations of the LucasArts type adventure games, and it does have like sort of this fun Alice in Wonderland vibe to it. I think the 2D art is really darn nice. It looks like it could be a cool time. It is $20, which does seem like a hefty price. I don't know what it originally debuted at on Steam, but I would like to pay $10 for this. That's my takeaway. But I do like it's a stealth drop. I think these are always fun. It's just out there. And so while we wait for Paper Mario, if you need something to play, you can get in on The Night of the Rabbit. Now, we also have some more stuff for Sonic because they finally revealed Sonic Rumble. We've heard a lot of rumblings about this, and we even saw some leaked screenshots of Sonic's new Fall Guys style game. Now, they do state that this is coming to mobile later this year, but I would not be surprised if Sega brings this to Switch. It seems like it absolutely could run on Switch, and it would be maybe a fun multiplayer time. I do have to say that the frame rate looks awful in this trailer, and I believe that was a huge concern with the leaked footage as well. So kind of surprising that they have not fixed that or improved that in a few months. Fingers crossed the playtest that they announced can remedy some of that. It's going to start off on mobile, but like I said, this seems like a perfect title for that rumored partner showcase taking place in the second half of 2024. Give us another Sonic game. Give us Sonic Rumble. I like the toy theme. I like that Eggman's basically playing board games with all of his enemies. And it's a 32-player mobile royale set in the Sonic world. So it's got Sonic-type speed challenges, maybe some battling modes as well. And it looks like it could be fun. Obviously, we got to play it. It's got to control well. And most importantly, it's got to perform well. The frame rate has to be better, especially for a competitive game. Like, you got to get that right. But it could be nifty. And I do hope it comes to Switch. It's free to play. Therefore, okay, yeah, put that on Switch. Give us something new to do, even if it's just for like a week. Maybe it won't gain the popularity of like Pac-Man 99 or F-Zero 99, but maybe it can be like a fun little title, which is kind of what we're looking for. Gap fillers right now to fill out 2024 until Nintendo hits June and they're ready to talk about the big kahunas. I do think there's going to be some big kahunas. A Zelda game, like a remaster coming back, Metroid Prime, maybe Donkey Kong, Fire Emblem. Like, we're about to get a bunch of good stuff. And the fact that the smaller titles have been strong. I think Peach was not like amazing, but it was fun and enjoyable time. Nintendo World Championships looks not amazing, but fun and enjoyable time. Paper Mario looks amazing. I think Luigi's Mansion 2 can also be fun. Mario vs. Donkey Kong was pretty cool to have added in there. And even though this year has not shaped out how maybe I would have initially picked, I think we might be in for a fun Switch year of niche titles combined with some heavy hitters once we do get those announcements in June. So let me know in the comments down below if you're going to pick up this $30 Nintendo World Championship minigame fest that looks like a fun sort of like Mario Party thing without the board, focused on NES games that maybe some of you weren't even old enough to play, or maybe some of you remember playing very well like I do. Let me know your take in the comments down below. And until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.